D23 in Brazil was a huge fail. It turns out a mud pit for the Magic Kingdom is on the way to replace Tom Sawyer Island and the beautiful rivers of America, gone away for dirt track racing. There's only one problem Disney should be bracing for, and that is, it rains in Florida. Go figure. It's an attraction that won't be adding anything to Disney on days with normal weather. Folks, we'll tell you whether Disney has lost their mind with an attraction that is out of time and out of logic already. Hello, folks. Welcome back to the happiest place on YouTube, the channel that puts a smile on your face even when Disney is a disgrace. Happy to have each and every one of you with us today. Click the like button as we get underway, telling you why Cars 4 won't even save a, very poorly received attraction announcement that has everyone scratching their heads. We've got video of the test footage. We'll explain everything right now. Hip, hip, hooray. We're back on thatparkplace.com, the website that if you are not yet bookmarked to it, well, you should be. And let's get started with the OxyClean that we bring to Hollywood every single day. All right.
We get out all the stains. Is that what you're trying to say with the OxyClean?
And they're tough stains to remove, let me tell you.
There are always plenty of them, though, so we'll never run out of them.
Disney World ludicrous Frontierland reveal at D23 leaves experts shocked at incompetence. Folks, this is a story you just cannot believe. The Walt Disney World Resort has struggled as of late with Imagineering projects. The once vaunted group of engineers and artists at the Disney company have recently come under significant fire for being incompetent. Tiana's Bayou Adventure has had significant operational issues despite simply being a reskin of a classic attraction. The lighting for Epcot's World Celebration stopped working within days of its release. Septic smells waft through the air with striking pungency near Moana's splash pad in World Nature. A recent redo of Jungle Cruise was so focused on implementing modern virtue changes that it failed to address infrastructural concerns that later led to the attraction having crumbling buildings. But perhaps the biggest blunder of them all is now underway with a plan to fundamentally change Magic Kingdom forever. Quick reminder, Magic Kingdom just so happens to be the most important asset in the entire Disney company portfolio. Walt Disney World drives about 1/3 of all Disney's profits, and Magic Kingdom is the keystone that makes it all possible. Changing it dramatically should be done with extreme caution. Unfortunately, that's not what Disney is planning. After an outcry and backlash that should have embarrassed Disney company leadership, Disney is still planning to move ahead with an off-road Cars attraction that will have guests not riding with the Cars characters fans already know. Instead, customers will board off-brand original vehicles to zoom around a supposed dirt track outdoors in an area that is currently occupied by the pristine and beautiful rivers of America. Now, folks, we'll skip ahead a little bit because you all know this. At D23, however, in Brazil, the company released supposed test footage of the ride system that will be used for the attraction. Not only is it laughably bad, it's also impossible that it will ever be used. First, let's watch the reveal here of it. We'll click on this one. Hold on a second, folks. We're pulling it up for you right now. Take a look at this. This is the test footage that was supposedly shown. We'll play it all in its full glory so you can see what they're planning to bring to Magic Kingdom. Yes, it's a mud pit.
Full-scale track that we built to start doing tests. This is just for you. Nobody's seen this before. And we use this track to experiment with, like, how is it going to feel when you're in an off-road rally race going through the dirt. You know, this is what the...
Lou, they could have never figured this out otherwise. They could have never just went to a normal dirt track and said, drive me around at 5 miles per hour. We continue.
Well, they can get on planes and go travel and do fun stuff. And you know something interesting? I didn't get invited in this one. There was no on your driving record.
All right, Lou, here's the deal. We'll go back to that park place. But the deal is very simple. You literally cannot put a dirt track in Magic Kingdom and have little vehicles ride around it. No way that I can possibly ever see. And the reason is it rains.
Let me describe the reason. The reason is they sell ponchos every day in the afternoon in Florida.
Lou, when it stops raining, does the water all go away in Florida? Does it just instantly?
No, it's funny. It makes mud if it hits dirt. And then you've got a mud track. Oh, yeah.
Oh, so this is literally impossible in Florida. Like you could do this in Vegas, and a few days out of the year, you wouldn't be able to run it because it will be just mud. But in Florida, at least half the days of the year, you can't run this. So that's absolutely crazy. So then you say, okay, well,
I figured it out just now.
Please.
This is all a plot to make Tiana's look good.
That would work. Imagine if you said, honey, we're going to stop at a Frontierland attraction. Which one would you like? The one that gets you wet or the one that covers you in mud from head to toe?
Well, we can't because they're both broken down, darling.
So the whole thing's nonsense, okay? Now, maybe, Lou, in some alternative universe, they're going to use synthetic dirt particles that actually don't behave at all like real dirt on planet Earth. And it'll absorb the water, and it'll stay dry even in a monsoon. Folks, even if that's the case, they put out that video.
It sounds like an ad for a breakfast cereal. Stays dry even in monsoons.
Somebody call Clark and tell him they've invented a non-permeable dirt surface. It stays. We're not going to go into that, but it's a perfect time. We're almost in the Christmas season. Go watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, folks.
Yeah.
All right. So, Lou, even if that ludicrous thing we just said is true, which it's not, they showed that video of the little cars driving around the little dirt track, right? They showed that. They showed this because also the little vehicles are supposed to be autonomous. And that's going to change the way the ride works, and everybody's going to have fun. Lou, what does it matter if the track is, let's say, what we've got here, let's say the track is 8 feet wide. What does it matter if it's autonomous or if there's a little guardrail in between the wheels or on the outside of the wheels? Like, what does that change? It's still going to drive exactly the same. Yeah. This is the most ridiculous, facetious announcement I have ever seen Disney do, and I've seen some real stuff out of this company.
It doesn't even have the faux variety of the 3 choices in the Indiana Jones attraction at Disneyland.
Right.
You know, where there's 2 other tracks, but we know it isn't going to go down those. It's going to go where it wants to go. But, or for that matter, the end of Horizons, where you got to go to either the desert community or the space community. It's all the same. And by the way, don't these things, when I've watched this before with you, God, the center of gravity looks awfully high and making it very precarious around those bends.
Well, let's say that
very well. I tell you what it is. I just thought of it. It's like with Teslas, the weight of the battery is so great that it offsets that. But that, of course, limits the speed and the duration.
So here's a question for you, Lou. This is just a logistic question. This literally after let's say I'm CEO or I'm the head of Disney Parks and Experiences, and let's say that they bring this to me and they say, hey, we're going to destroy Tom Sawyer Island. We're going to destroy Rivers of America. We're going to destroy the Liberty Bell boat. We're going to take all that iconography, a quarter of our most important asset. We're going to destroy it, and we're going to put a dirt track down. After I said, you imbeciles, we can't do that. It rains, so we'll have a mud pit. The second thing I would say to them is something along the lines of, hey, quick question, guys. Can't guests already do this literally everywhere in the country for $5? And can't they do that at a much higher speed than the 5 miles per hour that you're suggesting? Like, Lou, I don't know why anybody wants to do 5 miles per hour on a dirt track. I don't know why you want to spend $200 to get through the turnstiles to go ride on a little dirt track when you can do this anywhere.
Yeah. They pave paradise and put up a dumb dirt track.
Oh, what a great reference.
Well, it just, by the way, did you hear him talking in the background about they didn't let me come watch this? I think we know why. Just
think, folks, as we get ready to wrap this story up, just think the beauty, and you can't replicate it. Not even Epic Universe can replicate Tom Sawyer Island and Rivers of America. The land requirements are immense. The water management is tremendous. The idea that any theme park today could spend the acreage on just creating beauty is not going to happen. It's amazing. And I'm
And
not
by the
saying that-
way, the proof of how nice it is, go to Disneyland and see how when they cut a third of it off, they still couldn't ruin it.
right. And Lou, think
to make
about
room
that.
for Galaxy's Edge.
Think about this. So you say to yourself, all right, we're going to destroy a quarter of our most valuable asset. What are we going to replace it with? Like, what do we do to make sure that people still go to Magic Kingdom and they don't get angry at us? And somebody says, dirt track. We're going to replace it with a mud pit. And everybody in the chain said, good idea, great idea. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, is Bob Iger behind it? Oh, he is? And all the yes men and yes ladies clapped.
And by the way, context. This is all happening in an era where just recently they said they had enough room for 7 more lands or parks, depending on which time they said it. And they had to do it in a place that was already just fine the way it was.
I would estimate, Lou, that easily available to them are something like 30 acres of expansion around Magic Kingdom without even having to do a tremendous amount of work to prepare.
Well, yeah, the obvious thing is if you're in new land, you're going to have to do infrastructure, okay, and power and water table adjustments and all those things. But still, when you're done, you haven't diminished anything. And let's remember, at the rate they build attractions these days of 5 and 6 years, you're also taking capacity out of the park for that entire time. This shutting down what was there.
This attraction, Lou, is as if they looked at Tomorrowland Speedway, which is probably the most obnoxious attraction at any Disney park. And they said, what if we took the beauty of Frontierland and we plopped the Tomorrowland Speedway on top of it, but we did it with dirt and we took away your ability to drive. And they said, genius, we'll do that.
And by the way, wait, when you're next door, when you're at Haunted Mansion, when you're at Liberty Square, when you're at Tiana, for God's sakes, what do you see when you look out? Isle of Dirt. Oh, it's all perfectly themed, isn't it?
As opposed to Isle of Burke, Isle of Dirt. I love it.
There you go.
You didn't even know you did so well. But yes.
How do you train your Imagineer?
Oh, well played.
Isle of Dirt.
And folks, let the credits roll for this one. Well, it is in the bank. We are done here. We're over and out. But before we go, there's one thing we must shout to you, and we do it in the kindest way possible. Folks, it would be such a pleasure if you could consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, and that notification bell. Click it, stick it to the algorithms. You bet. Don't forget also, as you get ready to leave, drop a comment down below if you have not yet, for we would love to know what's on your mind. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, so waste not yours. Join a community dialogue. Folks, as we get ready to leave, we say to you, and we mean it, keep learning, keep growing, and no matter what the world might do or what your station might be, up or down, you keep having fun.